Outdoor play is a significant part of the day regarding children's learning and development. However, the provision of outdoor play is often underused and not developed to its full potential. We can use tools such as the Astra Environment Audit or the Astra Childcare Practice Guide when looking at our provision. We need to reflect on children's play and ask ourselves questions such as, what aspects of being outside did they find most appealing? And also, did the outdoor environment facilitate the children's learning? So being reflective practitioners enables us to see what areas worked well and what areas can be developed or enhanced further. After these observations and discussions with your staff team, a plan can then easily be put in place to enhance your outdoor play space.
My son, who is a designer, he designed a sensory garden where you have different experiences. All kind of built on wood and natural trees are there, and there's different sensorial experiences, we'll say sand and stone and all natural products, and that was absolutely beautiful. So then last year we have a woodland area that would have been here for, I suppose, 25 years, and I seen this lovely video clip and I visited an European country that had it, and it was just a woodland area, and they broke away all the brambles and they enclosed it in a, I suppose, not completely safe, but a very safe environment. And this is what we done last year, and we built on a lovely little area where a bridge where the children can walk out, and this is absolutely fantastic. There's a little risk involved because they cross over little dry bridges, and there's lovely pine cones and lovely experiences out there, and you can see the birds. Now with the Astra and the Childcare, our practice has changed, and I think this is fantastic. And yes, it's okay to sit down on the ground outside and watch the children and let them experience all the different things, we'll say, like the twigs and the trees, and you know, we have a few chairs out there and they will build the pine cones on them and they'll tell you they have a castle done. Sometimes they'll need your little support with it, but very rarely. And the imagination they have, it's like sometimes they will build even their own family unit at home, and the three of them will sit on a little chair and have their dinner, and it's all outside, and they'll have little cones and different things for the meal, and I suppose that's lovely. And yes, sometimes they tumble and they fall into the dry drains, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because this is the way children were meant to develop their imagination.
Mostly what we wanted was a place where the children could climb up a little hill, risk take a little bit, have the sandbox, big large sandbox where they could dig and flow and pour. Then we wanted an area where they could grow vegetables, so that they could look at that and bring them into the coop and say, well, that's what we're having for our dinner. So they knew where the vegetables were coming from.
Well, since we had the garden done up, the children absolutely love going outside. There's the sand pit, a huge big sand pit, and they love digging. We have an insect hotel, and they go into the mud pit and they're looking for insects, and they find worms and they bring them to the insect hotel. There's a slide, they love going down the slide. And there's a little house that's up on stilts, and they go in there and it becomes Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We have a track that goes around the garden, and it has arrows so the children know which way around to go, and there's zebra crossings on it, so they learn how to cross the road. And we do the beep beep day, and so they sing little songs, but they've also practiced how to get across the road with the zebra crossings. Messy play, you know, they get dirty, they may fall over and they just get themselves up and brush themselves off and run off again, and it's totally different play. They have so much freedom outside.
So the key elements to creating a vibrant outdoor learning environment is to make sure that it's multi-purpose and that it also is engaging for the children. So for that we need to make sure that there's real materials, that there's a variety of surfaces, that we make sure that there's hard surfaces, that there's natural surfaces, and also then that there's enough equipment there to make sure that children can explore appropriately, and that they have opportunities to explore and to experiment within that environment. We also need to make sure that there's areas of interest. Just like the indoor environment, we need to make sure that the outdoor environment also incorporates these areas of interest for children, so that they can move from area to area and that they have learn a variety of skills when they are in the outdoor environment.
We were approached by the County Childcare, and they invited us to take part in a new project. We got on to the council, and the council, Gary from the council came out, and he was fabulous. He really gave us loads of great ideas, so then our project was on the way.
Well, the council has a well-established Green Schools programme set up in primary schools, and this was a great way of actually bringing this programme back into the creches, so that from an earlier age they're learning about the environment, learning about recycling, learning about reuse of materials, and not just throwing everything away. So for us it's a win-win situation.
We decided to take on an eco-friendly garden, which was going to be a bigger project maybe for us, but for the children it would be absolutely wonderful because they had so many ideas and designed so many plans themselves. Our Montessori children and the after schools were heavily involved in the project from the very beginning, and they were the ones who actually got the parents on board. They started with the kitchen. They had old pots and pans. During our work here in Montessori, we use natural materials and tools, and the children worked with them. They used the screw guns, they used the glue, so they made everything that we needed to make under supervision in the garden.
This has taken on a whole new meaning to play, a whole new meaning. The children are closer to nature. They actually tend to choose what they want to play with now. As before, they might just run out to the playground and decide when they're out there. Now I hear them in the classroom saying, let's go to the bug hotel and see if there's any new bugs in it today. Maybe we'll go to the fairy garden, maybe we'll leave out little gifts for the fairies.
Well, I could say we have an extra classroom that we have developed in our garden area, that we can go outside and enjoy the benefits of fresh air, nature, art, reading, playing, dancing and singing, which a much wider area. The children enjoy being outside. We have their wellies, we have their coats, we can be out in all weathers.
So another concern then would be around the risks involved with being outdoors, and particularly during those different types of weather conditions. And we should make sure that children are involved in the risk assessment of these areas. So children can go out each morning and they can assess the area themselves and see, is it safe, is it slippy, and can they use that particular area, does it need to be dried down, or what the risks are involved. And they themselves get to understand about risk taking and also about the responsibilities for later on in life. Another concern also can be about how parents will take to their children being out during different weather conditions. And again, it's about alleviating those concerns, about explaining to parents the benefits that children get for being outside during those different types of weather conditions.
I put up a notice board in the staff room and each staff member put in their ideas. So we had blank canvases outside, you could say blank walls, but we just didn't want to paint them black. We sat down with my plus worker and he came up with the idea of painting a bridge. So we had the cars driving across the bridge and underneath is like the tunnels. So each child could get the chalk, could either paint the cars, paint them walking under the bridge, express themselves, paint whatever and draw whatever they wanted with the chalk. So that was one idea. We did a log, right? So, and then we put in like a little switch, light switch. We did locks. We had all these little bits here that really they were just in a box, ready to be thrown out. And we had the idea of putting locks on it, put them on the little log, and that works on the children's fine motor skills, and that draws a lot of attention and they like playing with that. Well, I have noticed, and all the staff members have noticed as well, that when the children go out to play now, that they go to an area straight away. Something grabs their attention, like even though staff still interact with them, because straight away the children make their own play, they have their own role play. The children are more looking to go outside now. When they go outside, they go to an area straight away. It enhances them, like it doesn't matter whether it rains now, all the children bring in their Wellingtons and they go out in their wellies and their raincoats. So, they still have the chance to use that garden at any time of the year.
Outdoor play is linked to our own play heritage and is something we can embrace positively. As children, we all spent a lot of our time learning outside through play, no matter what the weather was. Developing your own outdoor area is a great team building exercise and can empower staff when their ideas are realised. We have seen this in our Longford services, who have worked hard to develop their current outdoor play and are now reaping the benefits for their own service. So if you are interested in reviewing and developing your outdoor area, please contact us in Longford County Childcare Committee for further ideas and support on this.
Be well organised. Ensure your outdoor area is well organised. Introduce interest areas such as a home corner, music area, dramatic play area and a quiet area, and allow lots of space for children to run freely. Consult with the children. Ask them their opinion and let them guide your planning and development of your outdoor area. Allow for risk and challenge. Allow the children to experience risk and challenge in a safe environment. This will assist their ability to risk assess later in life. Introduce sensory play to your service. Introduce areas such as sand, water and a sound area to help develop their senses. Use wheeled toys. Allow varying degrees of difficult levels to help children develop balance and coordination skills. Use loose parts. Recycle, reuse and borrow from both nature and your local community. For example, pine cones, leaves, logs, tree stumps, pallets and tyres. Upcycle your material. Link in with your children's families and your local community to upcycle materials for the children to use in their outdoor play area. Provide a variety of surfaces. Use grass, bark, concrete and rubber matting to allow for a variety of play for the children to use. Introduce flower and vegetable gardens. These promote a sense of responsibility in children and they add value to their outdoor environment. They educate the children about the life cycle of nature also. And make your service accessible. Your outdoor play area should be accessible to all children on a daily basis. Ensure the children in your service use weather-appropriate clothing and footwear.